How is it that you live, and what is it you do? Each step of stairs struck by my sneakers marks a melody from Wordsworth's piano. How is it that you live, and what is it you do? And as my drums surpass the seventh floor, the dressed damsel dances with an alluring harp, a symphonic piece of milk and honey. So now he holds her hands within a ballroom, a magical musical. How is it that you live, and what is it you do? My stair sights a door dividing the roof. My system succumbs to every truth as his shoes are tapping about her pacing heels. My crumbling hands restrain my leaking lids, choke my forbidden frown. Your angel wings exceed all. Your securing fingers part my vibrating wrists that cover my fecal face, while your hushing arms hone my crippled clay. Your angel wings exceed all. Your accepting lips lie in my salt drops and dry my sheltered cheeks, weakly quaking within your procuring palms of pure protection. Your angel wings exceed all. Your guiding grasp walks my whirling head unto your blanketing bosom to treat my vexing trauma with tender tidal thumps from your cocooning core. Soon your complete strokes carefully quiet my throbbing throat. Then your guardian gaze gently rests my recovering wine about polished staircase grounds as your safe smile slowly starts to sign every square of my shy surface. After, after sojourning in mental asylums, my clay would climb empty staircases to sit on the roof and weep. Then the winds would hint of your sudden wings that would wrap around my sorrow. Your hushing teeth would harmonize with your primal pulse to wholly pillow my pressure. Your lips would be very kind, while evaporating all teardrops around my inhaled cheeks. Your hands would be very merciful, deeply pressing my shaking skin upon your securing amber. On these staircases, Jin, only your sevenfold sympathy subsided temptations for self-destruction. If I had wings the same as your grace, then the open atmosphere would be my borderless dwelling. Yet this freedom would still fall below the sensations that follow from thoughts of your kindness. Images of your inner character flaunt fullest freedom within my grateful mind, and pleasant pictures of your apple pacemaker liberally break each bounding law. Within my confined cerebrum. No flight in the indigo sky would be as uplifting as a millisecond of envisioning your sentimental kiss. I am very thankful to admire your warmth, who had never wounded. Sorry about that. Nurturing Jinn, your incandescent innocence naturally brightens as a hurtless candle. Your unarmed imagination wonderfully overruns with ceaseless compassion. Subtle Jinn, your guardian core carefully chimes with the blessed blood flow of a virgin bird-keeper, housing endangered, silver-feathered turtle doves. So every sapien of the terrestrial surface will only seek to shelter the granted longevity of your ever-joyous months, ensured to be uncountable. Rigid flakes melt on your flame soul. White winds twist to strike not your grace. Who sees the fish in glacier bowl leave icy shore where penguins pace? For even Primus polar bears fall tamed below your polite palm, withdraws their deep dreams and thwarts tears to comb fur with your fingers calm. For 6 years, a Levite did guideth a child named Marcel through the wilderness, even an overgrown garden. But one day, while they did wandereth about the field, behold, Marcel saweth an ivory horse with a horn upon its head, near an ancient tree, whereupon the moon arose. The child up and went to the ancient tree. Now there was a damsel sleeping nigh the root of the tree. Thus he he tooketh a blanket, and did walketh backwards with it, to cover her nakedness. Then he gave himself a basket, and did gather fruits and flowers thereof, which he laid the basket beside her, kissed the ground before her, and departed. The next moon Marcel hearkened for the Levite snoring, and got himself up to the tree. No stars sought the sky, the darkness waxened dense. By the tree lay the young woman, with flowers in her hair. The blanket was about her, and the seeds of the fruits rested in the blanket thereof. She beeth a modest maiden, believed he, the city gardener, greater than every goddess. Thus Marcel did hurry to empty the basket. So after an hour he did returneth with many flowers and fruits. He did placeth the full basket besides her, kissed the ground before her, and departed. So did Marcel, the child, did these things every day. Did Marcel every day these things he. And Marcel was 11 years when the Levite did guideth him through the overgrown garden. And the Levite with Marcel did camp within the wilderness for 6 years. On the 7th year the Levite died, yet Marcel was not where to bury him. So the young man buried him near a pond. As every day Marcel visited the young woman who slept near the ancient tree. Also the night of the Levite's death did Marcel approacheth the woman during dormant moon. And when Marcel's eyes tarried about her, he did whisper to himself, Here lieth a mature woman, fully bloomed. After saying this, he did his things and departed. When he remembered the Levite's death, The air became bitter on his toes, even to his ears, for the Levite's death. Wherefore he went to the ancient tree, near the resting woman, that the atmosphere wrapped warmly around him. The lullaby of the soft river seeped into his drums, till a heavy sleep fell upon him, nigh the tree, even the slumbering woman. In his dream, Marcel felt fingers brushing his neck, while he spoke her name. And when Marcel awoken, behold, the morning light pressed on her small smile, as her securing fingers brushed his neck. Thus a teardrop collapsed from his left eye, because her sympathetic touch was so careful. Yet when her merciful spirit despised the teardrop, her caring lips cradled his left cheek. Thus the teardrop fell from his right cheek, because her steady moisture was most kind. Then did weepeth Marcel, bless your subtle harmony, which thus sheweth severe grace and warmth, O modest maiden, the city gardener, greater than every goddess. Thus her guiding hand called his composition upon the earth. Even his head between the ancient tree's roots thereof, and she delicately enveloped him within her guiltless arms, and embraced him, and took him, and came anon to him. The dark shadow of a tall mammal, standing on hind legs, gruesomely growled, with crimson creeping from his jaw and mouth, and lightless obsidian eyes. Yet your subtle fingerprint eased his fuzzy fate. Your pacifying palm lowered his whole head as your rubbing fingers frolicked with his ceaseless fur, and your teeming thighs easily climbed his pleased back, when your nails slightly traced his sensitive ears. His balance trembled neath your over-comforting caress, and he staggered to the ground because your quiet care had sorely conquered his core. But your petting strokes continued to calmly brush his crying neck, till the nurtured creature steadily rose, lifting your gentle grace from the frozen floor. If I was the same polar bear, then my biology would seek several ways to serve your sentimental spirit. Your nose would wake to the scent of finest fish for breakfast. Your sheltered skin would suffer not to freeze under icy gusts about glacier grounds, subsided by my coat. Your humid harmony would never feel the fiercely frigid floor, and your caring character would be quickly crowned perfect princess of the polar bears. Even when the heater burns within this apartment, an unkind coldness continually crawls about my lone throat, for only your safe arms gracefully generate my kindled composition. I am very thankful to sweetly slumber under the pollen pulse of your guiltless arteries that had never cut my rising wishes to wholly compliment and cater your harmless heart. Your majestic mercy blooms and withers not through severe seasons. Your cornerless compassion cunningly combats every cruel climate of the crafty cerebrum. Thus your wonderful welfare will be as eternally blessed as your forever fruitful fertility. Buttercup buds decorated your liberal hair strands, as a resting forehead lay dormant. Your worlds of warmth were hidden beneath a thick blanket, as tranquil thumbs wrung forth from your venous veins. Then morning light licked the ground, and glittering the enriched soil of your natural bed. Rays of morn hopped from your head to ends of the wool blanket. A buzzing bee whirled about your invisible halo and landed on your waking finger, where your careful touch lightly brushed him to a state of cool unconscious. If your gentle spirit was Eve, mother of all living, and I was Adam, then days would be collecting your fullest fruits and flowers. For whenever your voice would call for the slightest assistance, my entire blood would fully aid, only until your satisfied soul would show your small smile. No universal force save your commands would sever my awaited wishes to completely contribute to your deserved welfare, even for the slightest assistance. And when your princess palm offers the forbidden fruit, why would my teeth tarry to accept your kind gift? Yet when the living God inquires, my character would play the culprit to ensure the eternal course of your unrestrained virginity about the fields of Eden. Thoughts of your silent sympathy has built a brick house of neither stone nor steel, but of, but of pure happiness and unfaltered security which none can blow down. I am very fortunate that your words of humanity have not dampened my deep dreams of serving your righteous queenship. Your sweet whispers are rich wine from greatest grapes that intoxicate with solid joy. Your unmatched mercy is a living miracle. Look above, Carrington, because hovering angels are happily guarding your immortal innocence that had never hurt.